All right, whew. All right, what is going on, guys? So in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. This is the highest end Galaxy tablet that Samsung offers. So let's go ahead and get with the unboxing and my first impressions. All right, first things first, let's see where this is made. This is made in Vietnam once again. All right, so let's just go ahead and open this, shall we? Let's use this. Yeah, let's use this one. Okay. Flip it over like so. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, so similar to the Tab S8, the unboxing experience seems to be almost identical. So we have the S Pen once again, and its glory. Really nice pen. We have the clickable button on the back here. We get our paperwork that is quite hefty this time, and our SD card removal. So another thing that I just completely glossed over was that there is no charging brick at all. And the surprising thing is that at least Apple still gives us a brick with our iPad. So it's very interesting that Samsung isn't giving us any type of charging capabilities other than the cable itself with their highest end tablet. But let's just go ahead and get this unboxed. So this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to pull this down, which Samsung, if you're watching, it'd be nice if you had a little bit better of instructions, because this tab right here just makes it seem like you should rip it open. But besides the point, it's like caught on something. See? See? I'm not a fan of this. I'd much rather rip off the top and slide it open, because this part right here is gripping to the screen when you're taking it out. Not that great of a unboxing experience, but I must say this is a huge tablet. I mean, I think in terms of length, this is much longer than, nah, actually, I don't think it's longer than a iPad Pro. Let me get my iPad Pro. Where is my iPad? Oh my God, my room's a mess. Ouch. Yeah, this is definitely longer than the iPad. Look at all these notifications that I have. But comparatively speaking, oh, this thing isn't even on. This is a much longer tablet than the iPad. God, it's kind of hard to see this stuff. Look at the difference. Like, this looks like a TV, like a mini TV that I have in my hand. I will do a comparison later with the iPads in a separate video if you guys are willing to, I guess, have an interest for that. So let's just go ahead and get this set up here, and I can already tell in terms of its fluidity, it's pretty fluid overall. Yes, 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 sign my life away. Let's not do the optional stuff. Let's just do stuff that's required. I don't understand Samsung, right? I'm using the exact same app on Android. I scan the QR code, it doesn't want to work. I use an iPad, works instantly. That was a horrible snap. Works instantly, so come on, guys. You might think it's a little bit weird, but the more that I look at this, the more I feel like I can use this in a sense of multitasking a lot easier, because since the display is so long, unlike the iPad, and I'm already doing a quick comparison here, I feel as though on the iPad you can multitask, but looking at this screen, I feel like multitasking on this device is going to be a much more enjoyable user experience 9 times out of 10, just because there's more horizontal space that you're able to have for both applications. So I'll have that for a separate comparison video. All right, what I want you guys to know going into this Tab S8 Ultra compared to the base model Tab S8 is that this one actually has a in-display fingerprint sensor. So I just have to, actually it's probably easier to use my pointer finger here. So once again, Apple, I'm gonna call you out on this. I like how Samsung gives us the option between using our face and using our fingers to get into our device. I don't need to buy a $200, $300 watch in order for my device to unlock automatically, right? You guys have the technology there. Just put it in your devices. but tablet is still getting set up here. All right, so I just want to give you guys a quick size comparison between the Tab S8 Ultra and the regular Tab S8. And you can tell from the sheer size that the Tab S8 Ultra is something that is packing a lot of screen real estate here. The other thing you want to know is that this is a AMOLED display and this one is just a regular LCD display. Now, using this LCD display, when I first unboxed it, it was a pretty impressive display, and honestly, it's still really exceptional for being an LCD display. But I will admit that the colors on here just, oh, I think I accidentally just locked this. The colors on the Tab S8 Ultra just look overall a lot sharper and richer. That's the best way to describe it. And just like that, back in. Really love how there's an in-display fingerprint sensor on the Tab S8 Ultra. But let's go ahead and get with the display and speaker test. Look at that red. I'm gonna pause right here. This is a lot of red. And the way that it is presenting it in real life compared to what it looks like on screen, it looks pretty dark to you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix it in color correction, but in person, the level of redness from light to dark is kind of crazy to see. Like on camera, it looks like dark and then it's like pink right here. But in person, this looks like, hold on. In person, this looks like, and then YouTube crashes. But in person, it looks like a very gradual richness of red going from left to right. It's really hard to explain, but the AMOLED is definitely better than the LCD display after looking at that walkthrough. But let's go ahead and do some other things on this tablet. So another thing I want to point out with this Tab S8 Ultra is the location of the pen and a little bit of the design elements of this device, right? So when I place this on the table with the pen, it is propped up at an angle, and I feel like it is a lot more comfortable to type on this display since it's so much larger. And I had a little bit of a concern that it would tip over a little bit, but you have to add a little bit of pressure to actually have that happen. So I don't think people should be concerned about this display tipping over if you have the pen on the back, because you have to give a little bit of pressure here. Look, I'm hitting G and it's looking for U. In terms of the quick typing test that I did, you know, it's not bad. I actually like it because, like I said before, since the display is so much larger, you just have more space to work with your fingers. The only downside I would say is that Samsung, in terms of my recommendation, I would say you should allow the user to spread this out a little bit more. Maybe you guys did some testing and maybe this is like the ideal position that you want the keyboard to be. But for me, I find it, though, it's a little bit cramped for my liking. Let's test out the pen, just like we did in the last video. All right, so I'm going to write briefly on this Tab S8 Ultra and kind of give a feel for it and compare it to the regular Tab S8 and see if there's any major difference. So kind of how like I wrote out here, this is me writing on the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, and it doesn't feel that much different compared to this guy over here. I would say in terms of note taking, this is probably not worth it, especially since the screen is so much bigger. I would say this is definitely more geared towards people who want to probably take digital creation a little bit more seriously, because one of the things that Samsung highlighted was that this now has the capability of using LumaFusion. But I'm also, once again, a little bit confused as well, because all three tablets share the same processor. The only major differences, I would say, is that you have more RAM in the Tab S8 Ultra, and you have more color accuracy due to the AMOLED display. So if you are trying to take your digital art or just creations seriously, I would say then it makes more sense to move over to the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. This one, I would say, probably more focused on school. Trying to take notes if you want to, use the pen, get a little bit of enjoyment out of it, but you kind of have this as a hobby on the side. In terms of your digital creation, then I would pick this up, because the processor, like I said, is the same across all platforms. But if you are trying to do more serious workloads, the extra RAM is going to come in handy on here. Now, the other thing that Samsung has that is different between the regular Tab S8 are the cameras. Now, I believe all the back cameras are the same, but now we actually have two cameras here on the front. We have an ultra wide camera, and then I believe we have just a wide angle lens. So let me go ahead and open up the camera and see how they are. I can already tell, just use your device. Don't use your tablet for portrait films or photos. All right, so this is my unboxing and first impressions of the Tab S8 Ultra. And I would say, compared to the regular Tab S8 that I unboxed just yesterday, there isn't that big of a difference. I would say the only major differences that you're getting compared between the two is that you're getting a much better display. So you're getting an AMOLED display, you're getting a bigger screen as well. So if you are trying to do more multitasking work, more, I guess, trying to get a little bit more detail with the things that you're creating on the screen, like drawings and whatnot, you can take advantage of that. You're getting an extra lens on the front, which kind of works as the center stage on the Apple side of things, where it kind of centers the object in video calls and selfies. You're getting a bigger battery as well, so you're going to be getting better battery life and more RAM. Now, if none of that stuff sounds that important to you, which I feel like is not going to be a lot of people, you're probably better off just getting the regular Tab S8 or even the Tab S8 Plus if you just want a better display, right? I think this is a very compelling product simply because of its sheer length, right? This is something that is really going to tackle multitasking really well. This can do multitasking, but obviously this one is going to do it much better. Another thing that Samsung showcased was LumaFusion, and when you have a longer display like this, you can just see your timeline a lot easier. And in terms of digital creation, if you're using stuff like Photoshop and whatnot, you can just fit more stuff on the screen itself, and then you have your customization buttons on the left or right. So you're not really losing that much screen real estate in terms of your actual work that you're doing. Also, looking at this display, this is going to be an amazing Excel worksheet to work off of. But this is my first impressions of the Tab S8 Ultra. Let me know what you guys think about this product. I went on Samsung's website and it's sold out. So apparently this is a really hot tablet. Can't wait to use it and see how, why it's sold out, why there's so much hype, because currently right now, I just feel like this is just a souped up S8, Tab S8. And it's the longness is just very, it's going to take some time to get used to, but I feel like it's going to be very hard to go back to tablets that are smaller than this. It would have been nice to see if there were two sizes of the Ultra lineup, but I guess Samsung is just trying to stay in line with their S series as well on their smartphones. But I will be doing a comparison with the other tab devices, the iPad Pro as well. So if there's anything else you guys want to see from this device, please let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate every sub, like, and comment. And as always, guys, much love. This is a huge device, guys. Like you guys don't understand.